There are moments in nature so rare and spectacular, they make us feel as if we've landed on another planet, one in a billion moments in nature. In this video, we'll take you to the edge of the impossible, to Hawaii, where violent hydrovolcanic explosions erupt as lava meets the ocean in a dramatic clash between Earth and sea. We'll descend deep into the forbidden crystal cave of NAICA in Mexico, where enormous crystals shimmer in searing heat, hidden from the world for thousands of years. And we journey to the forbidden Snake Island in Brazil, where thousands of venomous vipers rule untouched land. These are nature's most guarded secrets, rare, raw, and ready to leave you in awe. High above the Gulf of Carpentaria in northern Australia, something almost no one on Earth ever sees unfolds: morning glory clouds. These massive tube-shaped clouds can stretch over 600 miles long and roll through the sky like a slow-motion tidal wave. They form only during early spring, usually in September or October, and often just at dawn. It's so unique, pilots actually surf it like a wave in the sky. Scientists still aren't sure exactly what causes it, but locals in Burketown call it Dreamtime serpents. Giant waves at NAZARE, Portugal. Off the tiny fishing village of NAZARE, Portugal, nature hides a secret that awakens each winter, waves taller than a 10-story building. But why here? Beneath the ocean lies the NAZARE Canyon, a deep underwater trench over 3 miles deep. It channels raw Atlantic energy straight toward shore, exploding into waves that can reach over 100 feet high. Surfers fly in from across the globe, risking their lives for a single ride. No ropes, no second chances. Scientists study it, legends surround it. But one truth remains: NAZARE is where the ocean roars louder than anywhere else on Earth. Wildebeest migration, Africa. Every year, over 1.5 million wildebeest begin a journey so epic it can be seen from space. Across the vast plains of Tanzania and Kenya, they migrate in a massive loop, chasing fresh grass and rain. It's the largest land animal migration on Earth. Along the way, they face crocodile-filled rivers, big cats, and brutal droughts. Thousands won't make it, but the herd moves on. Why do they risk everything? No one knows for sure. It's a rhythm older than history. Written into the land itself, this isn't just a migration. It's one of nature's wildest, most breathtaking survival stories. Lava entering the ocean, Hawaii. When lava from Kilauea volcano meets the Pacific Ocean, it's like watching Earth being born in real time. Molten rock over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit pours into the sea, sending up plumes of steam, acid mist, and glass particles. The clash of fire and water creates new land, but also violent explosions as cold water flashes into steam. It's dangerous, surreal, and mesmerizing. Few places on Earth let you witness this raw power up close. In Hawaii, land is still being created, inch by inch, day by day, in one of nature's most dramatic and unforgettable performances. Crystal Cave in NAICA, Mexico. Hidden nearly 1,000 feet beneath NAICA Mountain in Mexico lies a surreal world, a cave filled with the largest crystals ever discovered. Some of these giant selenite crystals stretch over 35 feet long and weigh more than 50 tons. Formed over hundreds of thousands of years in extreme heat and humidity, this cave feels like another planet. Temperatures can soar above 120 degrees Fahrenheit, with nearly 100% humidity, making it deadly to enter without special gear. Imagine the sky turning orange, the sun vanishing, and a wall of dust towering over 10 stories high, racing toward you. That's a sandstorm. These massive dust walls, called haboobs, can stretch for hundreds of miles and move faster than 30 miles per hour. They're most common in deserts like the Sahara or the American Southwest. Caused by downdrafts from thunderstorms, they lift millions of tons of sand and dust into the air, choking everything in their path. Within minutes, day turns to night. They're breathtaking, terrifying, and one of nature's most dramatic, blinding forces on Earth. Underwater volcanoes, Indonesia. Beneath the waves of Indonesia's seas lies a hidden force, underwater volcanoes that shape the planet from below. With more than 130 active volcanoes across the region, some erupt silently beneath the ocean's surface, building islands from molten rock. One of the most famous, Krakatoa, exploded in the year 1883, and part of its legacy now rises again. Anak Krakatau, or Child of Krakatoa. These volcanoes can trigger tsunamis, create new land, and unleash explosions so powerful they shake the sea itself. The tree-climbing goats, Morocco. In the dry hills of southwestern Morocco, you'll find one of nature's strangest sights, goats standing high in the branches of trees. These nimble creatures climb argan trees, sometimes over 20 feet off the ground, to eat the fruit and leaves. Why? In this harsh landscape, food is scarce, and the goats have adapted in an unbelievable way. But there's more. Locals collect the seeds the goats spit out or pass, using them to produce the rare and valuable argan oil. It's a bizarre, beautiful dance between animal and environment. A one-in-a-billion moment you have to see to believe. Volcanic lightning, Guatemala. When a volcano erupts in Guatemala, the sky doesn't just glow with lava. It crackles with lightning. Known as volcanic lightning, this rare phenomenon happens when ash, gas, and rock blast into the air, creating so much friction that it sparks bolts of electricity. It's nature's most dramatic light show. Lightning, striking through clouds of fire and smoke. One of the most active volcanoes, Volcán de Fuego, has produced eruptions so powerful they lit up the night with electric storms. It's rare, violent, and absolutely breathtaking. A moment when earth and sky collide in pure, raw energy. Once a year, for just a few nights in February, Yosemite's Horsetail Fall turns into a river of fire. But it's not lava, it's light. When conditions are just right, the setting sun hits the waterfall at the perfect angle, making it glow bright orange and red, like molten lava flowing down the cliff. The effect lasts only about 10 minutes, and only if there's enough water, a clear sky, and the right sun angle. It's incredibly rare, a natural illusion that looks like Yosemite is on fire. A once-in-a-lifetime moment that draws photographers and dreamers from around the world. White Volcano, Indonesia. High in the mountains of West Java, Indonesia, lies a place that looks like it belongs on another planet. Kawah Putih, the White Volcano. Its crater lake glows an eerie turquoise, surrounded by chalk-white cliffs and trees stripped bare by sulfur. The water is so acidic, it can dissolve metal, and the air smells strongly of sulfur dioxide. Formed from a powerful eruption centuries ago, this volcano doesn't spit fire. It whispers with mist, color, and mystery. Supercell. It looks like a spaceship. It spins like a tornado. It's called a supercell, the rarest and most violent type of thunderstorm on Earth. These giants can stretch over 50 miles wide and reach heights of over 10 miles into the sky. Inside, powerful rotating updrafts, called mesocyclones, fuel massive hail, flash floods, and sometimes deadly tornadoes. Most often seen across the American Midwest, supercells are both terrifying and mesmerizing. With green skies, boiling clouds, and electric energy, they feel more like alien invasions than weather. Bait ball. In the open ocean, Survival comes down to seconds and shape. When threatened by predators, thousands of small fish swarm into a spinning, shimmering sphere called a bait ball. This massive living tornado, often over 30 feet wide, confuses predators like dolphins, sharks, and seabirds. But it's a last-ditch defense, not a shield. Attacks come from every angle, below, above, and through. Light flashes off scales like underwater fireworks, but the chaos is deadly. Namib Desert Coast, Namibia. Where the world's oldest desert meets the wild Atlantic Ocean, the Namib Desert Coast creates a scene like no other. Towering sand dunes, some over 300 feet tall, roll straight into crashing waves. Fog creeps in from the sea, feeding strange life in one of the driest places on Earth. It's a place of opposites: desert and ocean, death and survival. From desert-adapted elephants to ghostly seals, life finds a way here. Pyroclastic flows, Indonesia. In the volcanic heart of Indonesia, one of nature's deadliest forces moves faster than a race car: pyroclastic flows. These are clouds of superheated gas, ash, and rock that can rush down volcanoes at over 400 miles per hour, burning everything in their path. Temperatures inside can reach over 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. When Mount Merapi erupts, these flows roar down its slopes like a tidal wave of fire and ash. There is no outrunning them. Silent, fast, and unstoppable, pyroclastic flows are a terrifying reminder of just how powerful and unpredictable nature can be. Fairy circles, Namibia. Scattered across the Namib Desert are thousands of strange, barren rings, perfect circles of empty earth, each surrounded by a halo of grass. Known as fairy circles, these formations can be as wide as 30 feet, and they stretch across hundreds of miles. No one knows for sure what causes them. Some blame termites, others say it's plants fighting for water. Local legends speak of spirits dancing in the sand. Tidal bore. Imagine a river suddenly reversing direction and turning into a wave. That's a tidal bore. When a powerful incoming tide rushes into a narrow river or bay, it creates a wave that travels upstream, sometimes over 6 feet tall, and moving at speeds of over 15 miles per hour. Found in only a few places on Earth, like the Amazon's Pororoca or China's Qiantang River, these waves defy gravity and logic. Surfers ride them for miles, while locals brace for the roar. It's water battling water, and the river never wins. They look like flying saucers, but they're all natural. Lenticular clouds are one of the sky's strangest sights. These smooth, lens-shaped clouds form when moist air flows over mountains, creating standing waves in the atmosphere. If the air cools just right, clouds appear at the crest of each wave, hovering in place, sometimes stacked like pancakes. Pilots avoid them because they signal turbulence, but photographers chase them for their alien beauty. Seen over the Rockies, the Andes, or Mount Fuji, lenticular clouds are rare, motionless, and absolutely mesmerizing. A 1 in a billion masterpiece in the sky. Pamukkale Pools, Turkey. In southwestern Turkey, nature carved out a staircase to heaven. Pamukkale, meaning cotton castle, is a series of glowing white terraces filled with crystal blue water. Formed over thousands of years, hot springs rich in calcium flow down the mountainside, leaving behind layers of pure white travertine. These pools look like frozen waterfalls, but they're warm and soothing. Ancient Romans once bathed here, believing the waters had healing powers. With the sky above and mineral magic below, Pamukkale is not just a natural wonder. It's a dream sculpted by water, time, and Earth's hidden chemistry. Waimangu, New Zealand. In the heart of New Zealand lies Waimangu Volcanic Valley, the world's youngest geothermal system, born from a massive eruption in the year 1886. Here, Earth still bubbles, steams, and hisses. Boiling lakes, steaming craters, and brightly colored pools stretch across the valley, all created in a single explosive day. One of its lakes, Frying Pan Lake, is among the largest hot springs on Earth, with water temperatures near 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Waimangu is not just a place, it's Earth in motion, a living reminder that our planet is still creating, still evolving, still wild. Bioluminescent bays, Puerto Rico. In the calm waters of Puerto Rico, the ocean glows like liquid stars. Bioluminescent bays, like Mosquito Bay on Vieques Island, are home to millions of microscopic organisms called dinoflagellates. When disturbed, they flash a brilliant blue light, turning every splash, paddle, or wave into a glowing trail. Mosquito Bay holds the world record as the brightest, with over 700,000 glowing cells per gallon. The glow is rare and fragile. Only a few places on Earth shine like this. On a moonless night, it feels like magic. In Puerto Rico, the sea doesn't sleep. It sparkles. Underwater waterfall, Mauritius. Off the coast of Mauritius, the ocean plays a stunning trick on the eye, an underwater waterfall that seems to plunge straight into the deep. Just beyond the shore of Le Morne Brabant, ocean currents pull sand and silt off the edge of a coastal shelf, creating the illusion of a waterfall beneath the sea. From above, it looks like the sea floor is collapsing into a massive abyss, over 1,000 feet deep. But it's all an optical illusion. Light, shadow, and motion working together in perfect harmony. Split Apple Rock, New Zealand. Rising from the crystal waters off the coast of New Zealand, it looks like a giant fruit sliced clean in half. Split Apple Rock. This massive granite boulder, estimated to be over 100 million years old, sits just offshore in Tasman Bay. Perfectly divided down the middle, the rock's mysterious split has sparked legends. Some say it was cleaved by gods in battle. Geologists believe water froze in a crack, slowly forcing the rock apart over time. But standing before it, it feels more like a deliberate act of nature's artistry. In the heart of Bahrain's scorching desert, miles from any water source, stands a mystery: the Tree of Life. This lone Prosopis cineraria tree has survived for over 400 years, with no visible water nearby. It rises from bare sand, defying logic, science, and the brutal heat. How does it live? Some say its roots tap into ancient underground springs. Others believe it draws moisture from the air. Local legend calls it sacred, a symbol of endurance, or even the original Tree of Eden. Frozen forests, Finland. Deep in the Arctic Circle, Finland's winter forests transform into a frozen dream. Trees become towering statues of snow and ice, completely encased by frost, as temperatures drop below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, below zero. These aren't ordinary snowfalls. This is rime ice, formed when supercooled fog freezes instantly on contact. The result? A forest frozen in time, where every branch and trunk looks sculpted by ghosts. Under pale northern light, it feels like another planet. High above the polar skies, nature paints with light, the aurora borealis. These glowing waves of green, purple, and red are caused by solar particles crashing into Earth's magnetic field. The result? A celestial light show dancing across the night, sometimes stretching for hundreds of miles. Best seen near the Arctic Circle, in places like Alaska, Norway, or Finland, the aurora feels more like a dream than reality. No two shows are ever the same. For centuries, people believed they were messages from the gods. Today we just call them what they are: pure magic in motion. Ice volcano, Kazakhstan. In the frozen steppes of Kazakhstan, winter hides a secret. an ice volcano that rises from the earth like a frozen geyser. Each year, as temperatures plunge below 0 degrees Fahrenheit, underground spring water bursts from the ground and freezes instantly in the air. Over time, it forms a towering cone of ice, sometimes reaching over 40 feet high, with water still bubbling from its icy crater. It's not a real volcano, but it looks just like one, spewing mist and ice instead of lava. Welcome to the Danakil Desert in Ethiopia, one of the hottest, driest, and most alien places on Earth. Temperatures here can soar above 130 degrees Fahrenheit, and rainfall is almost non-existent. But what makes it truly surreal are its bubbling acid pools, neon-colored salt flats, and toxic geysers. This is where Earth's crust is literally tearing apart, a raw, volcanic landscape where few things survive. Yet some life does. Microbes thrive in acid. People mine salt in the blistering heat. Danakil is Earth at its most extreme. Giant bird cage, Mexico. Hidden deep beneath Mexico's surface is a place that looks like a set from a fantasy movie, the Giant Bird Cage Cave. Massive crystal formations or hanging limestone columns stretch from ceiling to floor, resembling the bars of a birdcage sculpted by time. Echoes bounce off the walls, and light filters through in shimmering beams. Formed over millions of years by water and mineral deposits, this natural masterpiece is rare, fragile, and almost untouched. Stepping inside feels like entering Earth's forgotten cathedral, a one-in-a-billion underground wonder shaped in total silence. Snake Island, Brazil. Just off the coast of Brazil lies a place so dangerous it's completely off-limits, Snake Island. This rocky island is home to thousands of golden lancehead vipers, one of the most venomous snakes on Earth. There are so many, it's said you'll find one snake every square meter. Their venom can melt human flesh, and no anti-venom is available nearby. Once part of the mainland, the island was cut off by rising seas, and the snakes evolved with no predators and nowhere to go. Brazil's navy has banned public access. It's beautiful, mysterious, and absolutely deadly, a true one in a billion island. Imagine diving through crystal clear fresh water and suddenly hitting a shimmering wall like liquid glass. That's a halocline, the stunning boundary where fresh water meets salt water, creating a surreal visual distortion under the surface. Found in underwater caves and cenotes, especially in places like Mexico's Yucatan, haloclines look like invisible curtains flowing in slow motion. The layers don't mix because of their different densities, creating a visible, almost otherworldly barrier. Swimming through a halocline feels like crossing dimensions. Boiling River, Peru. Deep in the Peruvian Amazon, hidden far from any volcano, flows a river so hot it boils alive anything that falls in. Called Shanai Timpishka, boiled with the heat of the sun, this surreal river reaches temperatures over 200 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to cook a small animal instantly. What makes it unique? There's no volcanic source nearby. Scientists were baffled. For years, it was thought to be a myth, whispered by locals, until a young geoscientist followed a childhood story deep into the jungle and found it was real. The boiling river is more than a natural wonder. It's the only one of its kind on Earth, where the laws of nature bend and legend becomes fact. The ancient civilization, Thonis Heracleion. Once a thriving gateway to ancient Egypt, the lost city of Thonis Heracleion now lies submerged beneath the Mediterranean Sea, buried for over 1,200 years until its rediscovery in the early 2000s. Once larger than Alexandria, it was a bustling port of trade, temples, and colossal statues dedicated to gods and pharaohs. Earthquakes and rising waters dragged it beneath the waves, where it vanished from history. Today, divers uncover sphinxes, hieroglyphs, and perfectly preserved ruins in a sunken time capsule. Thonis Heraklion isn't just a city, it's Atlantis reborn, where myth and archaeology finally meet beneath the sea. Underwater tornado at Cenote Angelita, Mexico. Deep in the Yucatan jungle lies Cenote Angelita, a sinkhole unlike anything you've ever seen. At about 90 feet below the surface, divers enter what looks like a swirling underwater tornado, a thick, ghostly cloud that stretches across the cenote like a flowing river. But it's not smoke or mud. It's a layer of hydrogen sulfide, separating fresh water above from salt water below. Swim through it, and you descend into darkness, where tree branches poke through like a submerged forest trapped in time. Cenote Angelita isn't just a dive, it's a surreal plunge into a world where the laws of nature bend and the earth hides its secrets in plain sight. Silfra, Iceland. Beneath the icy surface of Iceland's Thingvellir National Park lies Silfra, a submerged rift where two continents slowly drift apart. This is the only place on Earth where you can dive between the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates, touching both in a single breath. Fed by glacial meltwater, filtered through volcanic rock for decades, Silfra's water is so clear you can see over 300 feet ahead, like floating through liquid glass. Majingo Island, Kenya, Uganda. In the vast waters of Lake Victoria lies Majingo Island, a rocky outcrop no larger than a basketball court, yet home to over 200 people. Crammed with tin shacks, fishing boats, and tangled flags, this tiny island is one of the most densely populated places on Earth. It's also the center of a quiet, territorial tug-of-war between Kenya and Uganda, with armed police from both sides sometimes standing just feet apart. Despite its size, Majingo thrives as a fishing hub worth millions in Nile perch. It's loud, chaotic, and alive. Mijingo isn't just an island, it's a micronation of tension, survival, and the unbelievable. Di Jawatan Forest, Indonesia. Step into Di Jawatan Forest in East Java, and it feels like you've wandered into a fantasy film set. Towering Trembesi trees, some over 100 years old, stretch their twisted branches like ancient guardians, wrapped in thick moss and tangled vines. Sunlight filters through the green canopy in golden shafts, casting an ethereal glow over the forest floor. Locals call it the Lord of the Rings Forest, and it's easy to see why. Once used by a colonial railway company, this enchanted grove has reclaimed its wild spirit. Devil's Tower. Devil's Tower, a striking natural monolith, rises 5,112 feet above sea level in northeastern Wyoming, USA. The tower itself stands 1,267 feet above the surrounding landscape and spans about 1.5 square miles at its base. Formed over 50 million years ago, Devil's Tower is made of igneous rock, creating its distinct vertical columns. It holds deep spiritual significance for many Native American tribes who have told legends about it for thousands of years. Designated as the first United States national monument in 1906, it attracts climbers and adventurers who attempt to scale its sheer rock faces with over 140 climbing routes available. In Iceland, fire and time have created something otherworldly, moss-covered lava fields that stretch as far as the eye can see. Formed by ancient volcanic eruptions over 800 years ago, the sharp black rock is now blanketed in soft, green moss up to 3 feet thick. It takes decades for this moss to grow, thriving in Iceland's cool, damp climate. Walking here feels like stepping onto another planet, quiet, spongy, and unreal. But don't touch. The moss is fragile, and once damaged, it may never fully recover. Bergasthaus Escher. Nestled against a sheer cliff at 4,770 feet in the Swiss Alps, Bergasthaus Escher is one of the most breathtaking mountain inns in the world. Located in the Appenzell region, it dates back to the 19th century and has been a refuge for hikers and pilgrims visiting the nearby Wildkirchli caves. The inn's wooden facade blends seamlessly into the rock, offering stunning panoramic views. Accessible by a scenic hike or a cable car ride, this hidden gem is famous for its rustic charm, traditional Swiss cuisine, and unmatched alpine beauty.